Spring, 1985. 1. Art Millage had been police chief of Argus, Illinois for 15 mostly quiet years. But one day in May, when cool spring lingered, he abruptly left the police station. He drove to Lake Argus and stared into the water. As he wiped tears, he slipped and fell in the mud, soiling his uniform. He struggled to his feet, slipped again, and sat down hard and decided to stay there a spell. He shivered and breathed heavily. He looked around but saw no one. When he had caught his breath, he sobbed again and tucked his knees tightly up under his chin and rocked. His palms caked with mud, and realized he had no idea what his grief might be, or why he was crying. Slowly, he uncoiled. Awkwardly, he got up. Art washed his hands in the cold lake water. He brushed his uniform with a rag from his police car. A chattering loon sailed around the near point, bobbing its head foolishly. There were no boats on the lake. No cars trundled across the long white causeway. The water gurgled obscenely as it lapped jagged rocks along the shore by his feet. He felt a chill and shook again. Art drove home, still shaky. The house was a brick ranch, shaded by tall sycamores. It nested in a narrow bay of Lake Argus. It was afternoon, and Carolyn, his wife, was still at Argus High. She taught English, and he knew that on this day she had a faculty meeting that would run long. He showered and lingered under the warm water, the steam enveloping him in a protective, foggy cocoon. It restored him. He felt better and studied his face in the bathroom mirror. He saw a man still handsome with the full head of brown hair parted on the left side. He looked younger than 53, but the remnants of the day's anguish persisted and glowed in the corners of his eyes and mouth. He changed out of his dirty uniform and was putting on a clean one when he decided instead for jeans, a crisp blue Oxford shirt, and new tennis shoes. He grabbed the muddy uniform and went down to the laundry room in the basement and stuffed it in a hamper, hoping Carolyn wouldn't likely see it for a while. He had time to come up with a plausible explanation. Then he drove west toward the dipping sun, among the smaller towns of his county. He stopped once to eat chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes at a diner in a town he had never visited before. When he got home much later that night, Carolyn was asleep. Art slipped off his clothes and slipped into bed quietly without waking her. He fell asleep almost immediately.